shine so bright, beaming in the night. Lay down your worries, you are not behind. I know how it feels to wonder why you're not where you want to be in life.
Hello Aries, welcome to PalominoIntuitive. My name is Star and I'm an intuitive reader. Thank you so much for joining me. So on today we're going to be looking into you guys' February predictions. I be thinking like, should I call this predictions, or I guess it's the same thing because I do otherwise I would call it like what to expect, but that's a prediction. So yeah, your February 2022 predictions. This reading can resonate if you have Aries as your sun, moon, rising, north node, or south node. And yeah, we're going to be looking into your love life, your career, and then overall advice. So let's just get into it. Okay. While I'm shuffling, y'all go ahead and follow me on TikTok at PalominoIntuitive. I post more of a variety of content on TikTok. So what can Aries expect in February 2022? What can the Aries placements expect? What can the Aries sun, moon, rising, north node, and south node expect in February 2022? Love. Okay. Career. And overall advice. Alright, so you guys got a few more cards than the other group. So these cards represent your love message, this represents your career, and then this represents your general advice message. So let's go ahead and look into this. For your love life, you guys have the 7 of Wands in reverse, as well as the 9 of Wands. I feel like this message, so I feel like so far in these readings, the love message has also gone for like platonic relationships, and it can also apply whether you're single or not. It's more of just like been reflecting on like how you respond to people and like how you're a part in relationships, not necessarily focus on like what other people's actions are necessarily. So with you all having the 7 of Wands in reverse and the 9 of Wands, I feel like you guys are spiritually and emotionally, you all are kind of dropping your walls and kind of choosing to not feed into constant negativity when it comes to your relationships with other people. Excuse me, sorry. It's like, I feel like you guys have had walls up for a long time, and there's this need to like stop defending yourself, but at the same time like keep your guard up. It's like, I feel like it's like y'all used to have anxiety about like something going wrong with other people, and you might have found yourself self-sabotaging or always feeling like you were in defense mode, like people were thinking the worst of you and you needed to defend yourself, or the worst of the situation was going to happen, and so you needed to defend yourself from it. Now you're kind of learning to kind of let your guard down a little bit. Well, not let your guard down, but like not be so on edge all the time. You're definitely still having your guard up with the 9 of Wands, but it's like you won't be, it's like your mindset will have changed. You guys are still going to have, certain boundaries. I feel like you're always going to have boundaries and, express yourself a certain way and have like a certain level of assertiveness and pickiness when it comes to who you want in your life or who you're going to trust. But you're not going to carry a negative or a pessimistic mindset anymore about people and about what people think of you. I feel like a lot of this is like y'all might have been like misunderstood a lot in life. I'm like stumbling on my words. So I feel like this group, like maybe y'all had a hard time, like you have a hard time getting people to understand you, or like expressing yourself in the way that what you really mean in your head. Like other people don't really take you like that, or they don't always take what you say in the way that you mean it, or people perceive you to be like a bad person, or someone that they should either not trust or not treat kindly for whatever reason, whether it be the way that you stand up for yourself, like again your assertiveness, or maybe it's the boundaries that you have. Whatever it is, it's like people have kind of made you feel like if you want to be yourself, you have to be on defense. People have made it hard for you to just be yourself and just be, and not like be overly concerned with what other people think about it. Some of you could have had like really strict parents, or like parents that you had to learn how to like basically like act and like adjust to being what they wanted you to be, because they might have like insulted you, talked down to you, even possibly hit you or took things away from you if you didn't live up to their expectations. It's kind of like the product of that, like as an adult. It's like you have these walls up thinking that people are judging you, or thinking that people think you're a bad person, or always thinking that somebody's gonna abandon you or not be good to you, or whatever the case may be. And it's like you're learning to let go of that mindset aspect of it. You're not going to just completely let down your guard overnight, but you're definitely becoming less defensive, I feel like, in relationships. So that's something I see happening for you in the month of February. I feel like for you it's going to take like some uncomfortable circumstances, because this feels like a step in the right direction. It doesn't feel like you're just going to go from being somebody who's kind of cold and distant and like not trusting people over from one day to just now you're just opening up to everybody and you're so friendly. And you know, it's like you still have your guard up, you still move the way you move, but you don't automatically assume that people are going to be a certain way. Now you actually give people a chance to show you who they are first before you make a snap judgment about them, essentially. Okay, so now let's look into your career message. You guys have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like y'all are going to be more selfish this month, because I feel like you guys have been giving a lot to other people, maybe over the past couple of months. Maybe you gave, you bought a lot of gifts for Christmas, or maybe someone, it was like their birthday close to you, or like an anniversary, something along those lines, and you might have been very generous to people around you, and now it's time for you to replenish yourself. So I do see you I see you like stacking money and kind of replenishing. Like I'm getting the star card, like that image. It's like you guys are replenishing your own finances, as opposed to giving to other people. You're giving to yourself. You're saving, you're investing, you're spending money on the things that you find pleasurable versus thinking about how you can spend your money on someone else, or how you can spend your money to have someone else have a good time, or you're focusing more on yourself. Oh, excuse me. I'm just coming with all the throat noises today, and all the my words getting jumbled today. But it's Mercury retrograde. Okay, that's my excuse. It might actually be the real reason, but if it's not, that's still my excuse. I'm just looking at this card to see if there's anything else I want to channel, because I feel like that message was really straightforward, honestly. Yeah. Okay, something I am picking up. I feel like you guys are going to be being more selfish in the month of February, but there is going to be a part of you that feels kind of guilty for it. There is going to be a part of you that feels like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I feel like even when you save the money, it's like you'll be more comfortable saving the money, but even with saving it, like you might have thoughts, especially those of you that are in like a romantic relationship, or if you have kids, or if you're supposed to be like, if you owe somebody money, like something like that, anything where there's like some type of responsibility or obligation, it's like financially for you, it's like you are going to be deciding to either save that money or spend it on something that you enjoy for yourself. And you're going to feel like you might end up feeling this sense of guilt. But I feel like this has been a pattern, and I feel like you being selfish is helping to break that pattern, because you're realizing, like, I feel like you guys, it's not even that you, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's not even that you feel bad for spending money on yourself. It's just like, I feel like this is more of a concern about what other people are going to think if you spend money on yourself. You like spending money on yourself. You like investing in yourself. You like saving money and watching your bank account grow. But you might be around people who are struggling, who have a struggle mindset or a lack mindset, where they feel like they have fear around spending money. And so when you spend money and they know about it, they make you feel like that was a bad decision, or that you should have, dang, excuse my throat. Or it's like, or you should have, they'll try to tell you that you should have spent the money on something else, or, you know, just anything like that. And, you know, I feel like you guys are going to be realizing that they're projecting and that this is okay for you. And I think it'll give you more financial independence as well. Let's look into your overall Aries. I swear, I just feel like I sound so slow right now with the way I'm talking in this video. But the messages are here. It's just like the way that I'm talking is just like, I'm really over it. But we're going to push through, okay? So we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. This is your general overall advice. The Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. I feel like, okay, so yeah, the more that this is coming through, I feel like the main thing that's blocking you guys is you care too much what people think. And part of the reason why, one of the issues with this is that you, because you're so used to having to defend yourself, because you're used to people misconstruing you, misunderstanding you, I feel like people don't really allow you, like people haven't allowed you to just have human emotions or to be vulnerable. Like you might have always been someone who always had to defend yourself, or who always had to be in a more mature position with more responsibility. Maybe you're like an older sibling or first sibling, or I don't know, maybe just for whatever reason people used to put a lot of responsibility on you, and you were never really given like human mistake grace. You were never really given emotional grace. It was always just like you were held to an expectation, and then if you didn't meet it, then there were consequences, I feel like. And so for a lot of you, what's blocking you is the fact that you, again, you care too much about what people think, but out of your defense mechanism that you've learned, you don't want to admit this, because you don't want to let people into what you're feeling like that, because in the past that was not safe and it didn't result in the solution that you were looking for. It actually made things worse. But you're learning that you're no longer in that frequency, and you're actually moving into a higher frequency where you're going to have to move on from this energy. And, you know, with this card here, it's like this is only the next two cards. So it's like Spirit isn't expecting you, or God isn't expecting you to just do a leap overnight. But you are definitely improving. You're being called to, like I said, you are at this point, it's like you still may have your guard up and, you know, keep things to yourself, not tell people your ideas because they're going to say something negative, and you still may be sensitive to it. But at the same time, not walking around on eggshells, or not doing something that you know you want to do because you're scared about what they're going to say. You're good. This is you doing what you want to do anyways, or saying what you want to say anyways, and not letting what other people have to say stop you from making that action step. But then at the same time, probably, like I said, keeping things private, or not telling people everything that you have going on. Or, you know, if you feel like you need to block somebody, then block them so that they can't see what you're posting. Or it's like that kind of energy. It's like you can still protect yourself, but start moving out of this cage that you created for yourself, out of defense, basically. Okay? And I feel like part of that is you guys being more selfish and not letting anybody make you feel guilty for that. Okay? For some of you, you might be quitting a job. This doesn't, obviously take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But some of you are going to be quitting a job in order to focus on something that you're more passionate about and that you can make more money from. Even if it takes a bit of startup time, I think that for some of you have like either another job or some type of passion project, business that is going to do well, but it's going to require you to put yourself first and to sacrifice other people's feelings, because at the end of the day, you don't owe them shit anyways. So let them be mad and let them call you selfish. Let them act surprised because, you know, you didn't tell them what you were working on, or they might try to critique it. Just, you're learning how to just, you know, like I said, it's like you're keeping your guard up, but you're still doing what you got to do. And over here with this Two of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, I feel like you all have, the reason why you've been stagnant is because you've been caring too much about what people think. But this is in your actions. This is like the emotional root of it. But in your actions, you have been procrastinating and you have been avoiding taking on the amount of work that it's going to take for you to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So for some of you, for example, you might know that you need to quit your job and you're not doing that. Or some of you may need to get a second job or need to spend more time investing, spend more time investing in your business or your second, you know, some of you might have a side hustle, a business, a goal, an investing amount that you want, or a savings amount that you want, or it could be like a creative talent that you're trying to pursue. You have something here outside of what you're already doing or outside of what your day-to-day really is that has a lot of potential and that you feel spiritually and emotionally called to do, and it lights up a lot of passion and spark within you. And it can also make you a lot of money, but you've been afraid to do it because, one, you don't want to come out as a beginner. You don't want people to judge you and say, oh, what is she doing? Or what is he doing? Or, and have people judge like your first work. So you probably have been procrastinating due to perfectionism. Okay, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like it's not good enough, feeling like, oh, I don't want to start as a beginner. If I post these pictures, they're not going to get that many likes. Or if I start vlogging, it's not going to get many views. Or if I come out with a clothing line, I'm not going to get a lot of sales, so it's no point in doing it. It's like you're afraid of beginning because you're not even because you are afraid to begin, but because you're afraid of what other people are going to think if you begin and you don't have the results yet. Okay, and you're also afraid to take on more work because you're underestimating how much you can handle. You're underestimating your leadership qualities, you're underestimating your work ethic, and you're underestimating your ability to be disciplined, dedicated, and committed. So with that being said, let me go ahead and move on to the oracle cards. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So, boom. Spirit, what additional messages do you have for the Aries placements? Spirit, what additional messages do you have for the Aries placements? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. What additional messages do you have for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and South Node? All right. Boom. Okay. So first wow, I cannot make this up. So we have new moon in Aries. Go for it. See, what was I just saying? It's like y'all just aren't starting because you're too worried about what other people are going to think. And you also are afraid to get your shoes. Not your shoes. I was going to say, what's that phrase? Like you're afraid to get your something dirty. I don't know. But y'all are afraid to really commit to something because you're afraid that you're going to not like it anymore. You're afraid that it's going to be too much work, that you're not going to have time, that you're not gonna have enough money, like anything, and you're really just doubting yourself. And you know, it's time to let that go. It's time to just do it. Like I said, even if you have to block somebody so that you feel more comfortable posting what you want to post, block them. Because at the end of the day, like, the point is that you not taking action because you're worried about what other people are going to think, that has to stop. Even if it's just a baby step, even if it's just you actually starting, even if it's just you actually posting that podcast, posting that vlog, or, you know, doing a photo shoot, or I don't know, starting a new job, quitting a job, whatever it is. Investing in yourself, you know, like putting money into this stock, putting money into this crypto, or starting this business, like whatever it is. You have to actually start doing that. And it'll start a new cycle for you as well. You are eventually going to come out of this Nine of Wands energy, but like right now you're just in the phase of getting out of the defensiveness and actually choosing to take action on what it is that you want for yourself, regardless of what people think. Because first of all, you're trailblazing. You're literally a trailblazer. That's Aries energy. So it's like you're going to have to get used to people not understanding you. You're going to have to get used to people having something negative to say. And, you know, the more that you develop that and learn that other people's opinions really aren't hurting you, it's really just you blowing up how important those things are in your mind, and then you end up hurting yourself because you procrastinate on your own, or you don't start something on your own. Once you realize that, the more you realize that, the more action you're going to take, the more courageous you'll become, and you'll start doing stuff, and then you'll start to see the results. And the more that this cycle continues to happen, you'll just elevate higher and higher and realize that people never, their opinions never really they never had any power over you. Okay, this is giving like devil energy. All right, so wow, we have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So again, it's like you guys are learning that you're not caged in. The cage that you think you're in, you put yourself in that cage mentally because of what people say as a defense mechanism. But you're realizing that you're not at a point anymore where you have to constantly defend yourself. People don't have the power to do anything to you. You're not a child anymore. And these people that you're thinking about are not your parents. And even your parents, you're not a child anymore. So there's literally, people do not have the power to stop you from doing what it is that you want to do. They might can talk about it. They might can give you a stank look. They might can, you know, gossip about you behind your back with their friends or whatever. But they can't actually stop you from doing what you want to do. And when it comes to you and Spirit's connection, your action is all that matters. Their opinions hold no weight in your life and what is meant for you and what is destined for you and what blessings are on the way to you. The more you realize that, the more you'll start to do. Okay, so I feel like February is like kind of amping y'all up to actually start taking action, because I feel like it's like you know you want it, but it's still just like kind of behind that wall of your awareness, or behind the wall of like you completing a certain challenge, or you actually integrating the belief into your system and into your body to where you actually move different now. Like you're coming up on that part. Okay, and the last card that you have is share the message of love. Rivers of love flow within you, and others may benefit from this healing energy. Be mindful of each word that passes your lips. So you guys are becoming more aware of, again, it's like how your assumed negative assumptions of people and situations in life, and like what you're capable of, and you know, if you can do this, if you'll get accepted, anything like that. Like people, you're gonna start realizing that the way that you talk about yourself holds more weight than people's opinions. The way that you talk about yourself and your internal dialogue matters more than other people's opinions. And you're going to start to talk to yourself nice. You're going to start to tell yourself that you can do this, that it will not be too much work, that I will have time. I will make time. I am passionate about this. This will make me a lot of money. I am going to buy that thing that I want. Once you start talking to yourself more like this, it'll really start a shift within you. Okay? So that's beautiful. Let me look at the bottom of this deck. Wow. Boom. Bottom of this deck, 6 of Wands. Yeah, y'all are going to take action. You're going to do it in your own timing, but you're definitely going to take action, and you are going to see the results that you want to see. But it's about the shifting your mind first and shifting your action second before you expect to see any results, and not holding yourself back just because that's the order that it has to go in, you know, or just because you're worried about what somebody else is going to say. The same people that you're worried about doubting you, when you actually take yourself serious and you put yourself out there and you actually go for it, you're going to receive recognition for that. And the same people that you're sitting here worried about not doing something because you think they're going to judge you, they're going to be envious of you. That's just really not, you know, that's really just for a little ego boost, but it's the reality at the same time. Like, they're going to be envious of you. They're going to wish that they had have did what you did. So don't let them stop you now, because they just don't want to see you grow and they just don't understand your vision. Okay? You have a vision to see through. You have a vision to manifest. And again, like, part of your block right now that you're overcoming is realizing that you are free to do that. You are free to materialize this vision, regardless of what anybody else thinks about it. All right, so that's what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you're still here, go ahead and comment down below. Leave me a star emoji and let me know how this reading resonates with you. Again, follow me on TikTok, website on the way. And yeah, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.